I'm feeling pretty good today. And always, whenever I feel decent, and I think I've shared this a million times already, but I'll do that again. Whenever I feel decent, I always tend to undermine my former pain. I tend to try and make it all appear less than it is concerning my chronic illness and my mental health and my nervous system responses. And I've been doing that for years. Anytime I would get one good day a month, I would be like, see, this is how I usually feel, and all of these other days of suffering, they're just in my head. I'm just being too sensitive. I'm just being too much of a special snowflake. But my default, my reality is this one good day. How crazy is that? And over time, I learned to not lessen or diminish or undermine my past experiences. That is not to say that I do not appreciate my good days. I love my good days. These are the days I live for. But I always remind myself, but this is not my default. That my default is being an absolute crying mess who's afraid to go outside on her own, who cannot function without much help from the loved ones, and who needs continuous help and support. And again, that's not to say that I'm incapable and that I cannot do anything, but I am limited and I'm admitting to my limitations. And I suggest you to see if you have any of that internalized ableism at work where you only cherry pick your good days and say, this is how I am, and you try to dismiss all the bad days, or you try to make them appear somehow less important. All of these days are you. You are more than the sum of your parts, and you can work through some of these struggles, but it is very important to acknowledge them and to remember that some of these circumstances can be helped, but some cannot. And with some of these certain conditions, you will have to learn to live with, and you will have to accept some of the limitations. So I'm learning to accept and embrace my limitations, enjoy my good days, but on my bad days, I try not to feel guilty or bad about not being productive because there's nothing I can do about those, and feeling guilty makes it worse. So let me know if you experience any of these, and I'll talk to you soon.